Hi all. Okay, back to Enemy Action Ardennes. This is the second part of December 16th only. Just looking back over the first video, I'm drawing things out much too long, going on a bit, and I don't think I need to be explaining some of the things I'm doing, and need to pause the camera a bit more. So I'll hopefully get things moving a bit better rather than keep going on about things. Okay, that's my new hand, and it's actually emptied the draw pile. So once I've used all the cards up, the allies will get one more impulse after that, and then we'll be on to the 17th. It's an allied impulse just coming up now though, so let's go and see what they get. Okay, just before I grab that card, here's me talking about no rabbing on, but I just wanted to have a shout out. There's another guy got a set of videos up on, they're up on Board Game Geek now as well. Do I get the name right? Counter Order Gaming. He's got 4 videos up now doing the same as what I'm doing as well. Enemy Action Ardennes, German solo. He's got a nice setup, really explains the game well, carefully. There's some mistakes, fair enough, but it's really well explained. So well worth a look if you've not seen that. Go and have a check out of that. Okay, let's get the allied card for his impulse. Okay, we draw card number 17 for 8 core. First command's deploy all core reserves. There's 2 units in the reserve units box. We're still on December 16th though, so we can only deploy one of them. So we'll go and see where I think that one might be going. Okay, there wasn't too many choices. I'm not going to mark things all out again. Let's say try to cut things back a little bit. Light green hex is the hex I think the unit should be deployed. We're looking at 3 away from this guy really. There's a couple other ace core down there, but there's no German units proximate. I don't think that's surroundable, that hex. I'll move that card away a little bit just so you guys can have a look if you think. That's a boundary line there, so south of there is where it would be deployed. So there's a situation. If you just want to have a look and possibly find something else. But I'm just going to put them in there, I think. I'll just grab them now. So 9th armour there, right in that junction. Not a bad place for them. Okay, back to German Impulse. I'll see what I'm going to do. Okay, going to play card 57 to activate 66 core. Bit gutted about this one. This is quite a good event, special event. Eisenhower hesitates. Only available on the 17th, and we're not going to see that card on the 17th, unfortunately. It delays a set of the Allied reserves by 1 day, which is quite good when you see too many of them coming out. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to move this guy 1, 2 into here, and the armour 1, 2, 3 into there. And I'm going to move. Oh, sorry, it is. I'm going to move this other infantry 1, 2, 3 into the forest down there, just adjacent to the river. And I'm going to attack this hex. The odds aren't going to be great, but I'm going to play a reinforced battle and bring these 2 guys, and it's a pity that I maybe did split them because I'd be bringing the 3 of them down, but I'm going to go 1 and 5 into there to reinforce the battle here. Yeah. So I've got 5, 7, 14 to 3, but it's half going across the river, so it's 73, so the odds are only 2 to 1. It's maybe not a great idea, this. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 for the reinforced battle. So 7 chip pools. And the allies are going to get to draw a card as well, so let's get their card. Okay, so the drawn card 18, which is the 8th core, so no undetected defender, doesn't match this guy. Combat tactics bug out, which applies the 16th to 19th, but one of the conditions, it needs to be greater than 3 to 1, or greater than or equal to 3 to 1. So we've only got 2 to 1 odds, so this doesn't apply. So we've got maximum of 7 chip pools, minimum of 2, so I'll draw the 2. So there's the first 2 chip pools, both don't apply. So not a great start, so I'm going to draw the other 5. Okay, there's the final results. Managed to get two blue chips in the bunch, so things got shuffled back in. I think one of them was the second chip drawn, but so D2, A2, it's probably okay, to be honest, for what I had. So I'll go and work out where the hits are going. Okay, so no IP, not in a town. So his first hit is going to retreat him back into St. Vith. That takes away 1. Okay, in the second hit, he's going to conduct a hold check. That's 5 for the hex, 2 for the step, 7. He's already retreated twice, so he's up to a 9. So less than or equal to a 9, he'll take a step loss where he is. If I happen to roll a 10, he'll retreat. And it's a 3, so he'll stay where he is and take a step loss. And he's in the town, so still exert zone of control. So now to work out our 2 hits. Yeah, so I had a look. So this infantry takes a step loss. He still just loses 1 strength, but he also keeps 3 steps to get the extra chip pool. And this guy goes from 3 strength to 2 strength. So that's my 2 hits. Let's see if there's any advances. Okay, so gonna advance this infantry. Now, unfortunately, we get that bridge. This is a bridge. It's not blowing this one, but unfortunately, the rules are that if you move into a zone of controlled hex when crossing a bridge, there's only 1 unit allowed to do that. So the other guy can't come across. We can come across from this side as well, though. So we'll move the second Panzer unit in to the battle hex too. Well, that's as far as we can go with our advance after combat. Okay, so spent 3 command points. We can still go to 5. So let's see what else we're going to do. Okay, playing card 36, activating the first SS again. Going to move the 12th SS into here. The Piper's going to come 1, 2, 6 into there. This guy is going to come out of zone of control for. No, hang on. Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. It's going to come out of zone of control there for 2 and then back into there for his 4 movement points. Yeah, I'm going to shift this infantry unit in beside the Piper. Just put them underneath. there. Okay, this guy goes 1, 2, 3, 4. These two come in and join them. The 506 unit moves 4 into the woods. This infantry comes 1 and another 2 for 3 into the woods. The forest, not the woods. Just the 12 VG infantry units. I think I should. There's nowhere for them to go really. Yeah, I think we'll just move them out of the woods down onto the road there. So we've got 2 possible combat hexes here and here. So we're just going to have a think about and count some numbers up. Okay, yeah, I'm going to have probably 2 combats, so I'm going to attack this hex first. The odds aren't great again. So 5 strength, and we've got 22. So 22 to 5 is just 4 to 1. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the piper itself gets an extra 3 because I'll eat more than 1 step, and then 1 for the unit. So 7 chip pools. I don't think I'm playing any cards though. So yeah, okay, let's go for that. And allies get to draw a card, and they draw card number 2. 18th Airborne. It's not a match for an undetected defender. Unfortunately for us, it's the Combat Tactics Air Power, which is only applicable from the 19th. So we got lucky there. So minimum of 4 chip pools this time, because there's 2 2-step units. Maximum of 7, so I'll get the 4 out. So there we go, first 4 chip pools there. Really good. 2 4-to-1s. Attacker elite. He's got 4 steps. He's in a town. So I think we're going to go for all 7. Yeah, 3 more. Okay, there's our 3 chip pools. And this is the first sign I've shown you that it can go wrong. We had, what did we have? D3, didn't we? This one doesn't apply. These 2, it's in the woods, so that one applies. And this one's quite interesting because the priority is city town, and it is a town, and we've got woods in the back as well. So if it had just been woods, we'd have got a D-1, but because it's a town, it's not only D-1, it's a hit to us as well. So yeah, things I suppose had to start going sour. Okay, I'll work out the hits. So it works out at 1 hit each. And like we've already said, he's in a town, so we're not hitting him at all. So unfortunately, he's staying put, and we're having to take a hit. I'll just check you're going to take the hit on. Yeah, so take the hit on the infantry unit. I think drop something a 1, mind you. Hang on a sec. Yeah, so I'm going to take this 12th SS unit, take a hit. I always feel like, and that's only losing 1 strength point, where taking the infantry it loses 2 strength points. It also makes them bracketed as well, so I don't know if there's something to be said for that or not. I could be getting that all wrong, but however, okay, I'll clear the chits away and we'll get on with the second combat. Okay, yeah, I'm going to attack this guy in 0705. I've got 15 strength against his 3. He's got an IP, so but 5 to 1 odds. And I'm going to play a card this time. I'm going to play. Can we see that? maybe. I'm going to play infantry infiltration. Yeah, so that's him considered flanked. He's not in a town, he's got an IP, but. So chip pools are 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 for elites 5, and 1 for the combat tactics 6. Okay, let's draw an allied card. Yep. Okay, that's pretty good for us. Combat tactics, engineers, and he's already got an IP, so nothing happens there. Okay, so minimum of 2 chip pools, maximum of 6. I'll draw the 2. Okay, there's the 2, so an A1 and a D1. I'll draw the other 4. Okay, much better result this time. I was a bit gutted when I seen the woods broken in the D-1, but yeah, that's good. The defender green, he's a green unit, there's no elites in it, so yeah, I'll take that chit away and we'll put some couple of dice down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 hits to the allies, and 1 hit to us. Oh, just let me have a look. Okay, we take 1 away for the IP. And then we've still got 2 hits on him, so he's going to retreat. He can't go into the town, so it's in zone of control, so oops, he'll go into there, taking the hits down, so 1 more hit. So it's 1 more hit, it's going to retreat again because it would exert no zone of control on that hex. So it's going to retreat into Elsenborn. So 2 retreats, so it becomes dispersed. Now I don't think that affects the unit that's in there, that would seem rather strange. Might just have a quick look at that. Anyway, we've got 1 hit to take ourselves, so have a look at that as well. Okay, we take our hit on the 150th here. Some down to 2 strength. Hide him underneath it. I had a quick look just about dispersal. It does affect the unit. Only when it says unit stacked with a dispersed unit may retreat only 1 hex. I don't think there's any other things that affect it. So I'll have a look, see if we want to advance anybody. Yeah, okay, it makes sense. Advancing this stack, I think, into the hex, and then we've got this guy surrounded. Unfortunately, we can't advance into here because it would be from zone of. Oh no, wait, we can follow. Where was his path of retreat? He went here, then here, aren't we? So we actually could advance. Oh, hang on, let me take that back and have a look. Okay, yeah, so these are all mechanised, so that's a 1 hex advance. And then the unit's still alive, so this is the path of retreat. So I'm going to move my 2nd hex into there. What I couldn't do is deviate from the path of retreat and go into there, because that would be moving from zone of control to zone of control. So, and yeah, I think we'll move that unit into there, advance after combat into there. And yeah, that's us. So now spent enough points, I think. 5, 6, 7, 8. We've spent 8 command points, so I'll tidy things up here and we'll get an allied impulse. I'll move my blue cubes to say that what units have been that can't activate again, but I'll do that off camera. Okay, next Allied Impulse, card 23. Is to deploy well, it's for the 12 cores, it's just a division card. Deploy 4th and 10th Armoured Division reserves. Well, there is 2 4th. It's meant to be infantry division, that I think was a mistake. I don't think they can be deployed, but I'll have a wee look. Yeah, I had a quick look. There's nowhere. Their core area is this line here, south, obviously, and there's nowhere in that core area where a German unit is proximate. So yeah, so they can't deploy the reserves. So the next one is to activate them. There's only one unit in the 4th division, and he's down here. But he's in danger of surround. This guy could come across and surround him. So I believe he is going to activate. So that's the first of that. So if we activate the unit, we draw 3 of the Allied action cards. So let's have a look what we get. So first card is, these go up in ascending order, so 2, 13, 17. These numbers here represent the number on the middle bottom of the chit. Oops, I've got the unit in the game anymore, have I? There, he's a 06. So it works from 27 down to 01, so you would, if there's multiple units, you would start with the highest one and work down. Anyway, so first card is Fill the Gap, and without going into too much detail, it wants to a unit proximate to an empty position to which a German unit is also proximate. That's the situation, but there's no situation where that is, there's no units proximate to empty positions in that area. Sorry, slight distraction there, so that may not have come out very well. There's no units, there's no position that a German unit can reach that this unit's also there's no German units can get in it. This is a hex here that you would maybe move into if this German unit could maybe go to it, but so that doesn't apply. So the next card is Germans Exposed, which I may have talked about before. And what do you know? This is applicable. What it does is a unit stack proximate to a German unit stack with situational strength of 2 or less. I might have mentioned this before. How I don't know if I mentioned. I probably did mention about maybe putting IP markers on your unit sometimes, especially if they've got less than 2 strength. If they've got 2 or less strength. It's not applicable against German units across the river, so this guy here, he can't target this guy even though he's got 2 strength. And this guy here's across the river too. Sorry, our camera's bad again. Right, this guy here across the river too. But he's right adjacent to this guy. And it is situational strength, and I may have talked about that before. So he's a 2, but he would get a +1 if he was in a town, a non-VP town, or in a forest, or if you had an IP, which was my point about putting IPs on them. But the last time I activated these guys, which was the first time I activated them, this guy moved across the river, so it's not as if I've missed the IP there. So they also get -1 if they're in clear, out of supply, out of fuel, and -2 if they're isolated. It's just to calculate it doesn't do anything there, it's just to calculate their situational strength at the time. But anyway, this card basically just targets something with situational strength of 2 or less, and it says move to the weakest qualifying German unit, start remove 1 step from the target. If target eliminated, well he's not getting eliminated, so he's actually knocking this guy down. which is rather nasty, but but there you go. And that's that unit activated and done something in its turn. There's no other units to activate from the 4th or the 10th, so we don't even look at the 3rd card, and that's our impulse over. Okay, so only 2 more cards in my hand. Yeah, the rest of this day is not going quite as well now. Started really well though, so I probably shouldn't complain. So let's see if we can finish in style though. Going to play card 45 to activate the 47 Panzer Corps again. And yeah, let's see what's going to happen. So first off, just while I noticed, we're activating these guys is adjacent to this bridge. There's no allied unit on the other side, so that's now a German bridge. Okay, so first of all, we'll advance 3 2nd Panzer across the bridge. And we can't just chuck him across the bridge either, because all the rules. So, but we can cross unbridged into here. So probably going to have a go at this guy. The odds will be good, but won't be a lot of chip pulls, unfortunately. And of course down here's our other option. So this guy's going to come across the river. These 2 are going to move in adjacent. The 130 layer is going to come across, and this guy can't go across either, but he can cross at that side just to get across the river. Okay, so possibly 2 combats here and here. We'll have a wee look. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to make attack here. I've got 10 to 1, so the odds are great. He's only got 1 strength and a time though. So 10 to 1, but I'm only getting 4 chip pulls, 3 units and 1 for the elites. I've only got this 1 card left. I can't use it for a combat tactic anyway. So okay, let's draw an allied. Oh well, actually, let's get some dice out. What did I say? 10 to 1. So 10 to 1 and only 4 chip pools. So they need to be good ones. Allied card though. First. We get, here, I'm not going to be able to see that. There we go. Where are we? Right, okay, so it doesn't match, there's a division card, doesn't match his division. Combat tactics, artillery. I think I made a comment on that in the first video. I put in the comments at first. I almost got caught out. One of the attacks, because artillery doesn't apply on the 16th. The Allies don't benefit from artillery, but they do benefit from core artillery. That still applies, and fortunately I got lucky really, because that was the one that I drew. Well, I got lucky twice, because I think I said in my comment that I never actually drew any artillery chits. Anyway, so this isn't relevant on the 16th. Once we get in the 17th though, artillery becomes a big thing. So maximum 4 chip pools, and there's only a minimum of 1, so I'll go and grab the 1. Yeah, so there's 1. It's got defender recon in the back, combat engineer, so doesn't apply, so I as well grabbing the other 3. See how we get. Well, look at that. Honest guys, I'm not cheating. I'm not. I get 10 to 1 odds and I draw a 9 to 1 chit, so you're all like saying yeah. Okay, so this chit didn't apply, dispersant's applied. Defender adjacent, that's not applicable either. And there's a 2 to 1 as well, so yeah, that's a good result. I'll get a couple of dice. Okay, so D4, A1, 4 hits to them. 1 for the town, takes it to 3. 3 is going to kill that guy. 1 to retreat, 2 to retreat, and then 1 to lose his last step. So no muck about. So I've got a hit to assign to myself, and then we'll look into some advance. So this guy reduces to a 2 strength, this one only reduces to a 3, so we take the hit on that guy. I'm pretty sure, oh yeah, I've got 2 hex advance, haven't we? Well, they're all going to advance into there to start with. And so we're going to take control of St. Vith and get our first couple of victory points. Well, you get 2 victory points per, sorry, you get 1 victory point per 2 units you kill as well, but that's the first that I'm going to mark up on the board. I'm going to leave the other ones until we work things out. So yeah, they're all going to advance into there, and I'll have a wee look to see if they go elsewhere. Yeah, I think I'm going to advance them 1 hex further into here. My thinking being there's no real danger for the town, we've got it surrounded anyway. Both these hexes are clear, well this one's on the road, but they're both clear, so not quite sure what I would do next with the guys, but anyway, that's where I'll leave them there. So let's look at the other combat. Okay, so yeah, attack into 1709. We've got 20 strength against 3, so 6 to 1 odds this time. And just unit chip pools, there's no elites this time, so 3, 4, 5, 6 chip pools as well. 6 to 1, 6 chip pools. He's in a town. Let's draw a command a card for him. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, this is good again. No command. So it would be engineers, but he's in a town, so that has no effect. So maximum of 6, minimum of 2 chip pools, so I'll go and grab the 2. Well, that was a bit of a no event. So attacker elite, no. Attacker green's on the other side, no. And defender elite, defender green. So none of them apply. So I'm going to grab the other 4. Yeah, okay, there's another 4. And it's just a big wash. So we got a D1, but a D -1 as well. And he's in the town. So yeah, nothing. He's standing strong there. Nothing happens at all. Okay, so Allies held strong there. We got a breakthrough up there though at St. Vith and got a couple of victory points. That's the 47 core activation over. We only spent 3 points. We've got 1 card left. It's this card. So we're going to have a wee look at what I'm wanting to do. By the way, almost caught me out. Probably one that could catch some out. You think it's a reinforced battle card, but there's only applicable between the 18th and the 29th. This is also the card that I could play the Vonderheit. So I'm going to have a wee look, see what I think I might want to do. Okay, here's my last card play of the day. Card 63. I've been thinking quite hard about what to do with this one. And I think I'm actually going to do the Vonderheit event. I was going to, let's just bring the camera down here. I did think about, I think my initial thought had been, I've still not activated any one unit for the day, and you only get to do that once per day, so it's one to remember actually. It can be quite handy at times. So the fact this is the last activation of the day for me anyway. I had thought about moving this guy in to surround this unit, but of course he done that nasty Germans exposed last turn, it wouldn't surround him. He'd be able to go escape into that hex. And he can trade supply. The whole idea was to put him in low supply because he wouldn't be able to trade supply. But because he took that, because this is now bracketed, this hex is not in his zone of control. So I looked at a couple of other options. I think I've decided to go for the Von der Height event. There's quite a lot to describe it. I don't know if we should go through it or not, to be honest. Probably not. Most of these guys that have played the game have probably tried it before. And the main reason is, this is probably one of the hexes that it mostly gets put into. It's limited to quite a few different... there's a lot of things that can't be placed. Anyway, that's a hex. I believe it can be placed. Like, this is where it kind of can mess with their supply and their reserves. This unit here, at the moment, can go to trace supply. It can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then trace supply. If I put the Von der Height there, and assuming he survives, there is a chance he dies. I think you roll a 10, he's eliminated. So if I had the Von der Height there, he doesn't exert zone of control, but he blocks the road. So this unit can't get to this part of the road or hang on, have I got that right? Maybe I've got that wrong as well. 1, 2. Oh no, that doesn't work as well. Sorry, I'm talking nonsense then. Because, yeah, as long as he can get to there, 1, can't trace in there, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay, back to the drawing board. Okay, long time thinking about all this, what I'm going to do. I'm going to activate one unit. I'm going to activate this unit here as any one unit. You can, let's say, you can only do this once a day. And again, I don't know whether this is clever or not. He's a bit disjointed from his core. So when we get to activate that core, he's not really, this bridge is broken still, so he can't come flowing across here. And the roads are going up and around. It's going to be difficult for him to catch up. So I'm just going to move him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into there. And this is him at a bridge where he can get across and hopefully join up with his buddies. Or could I put him 1, 2, 3, 4. He started there, didn't he? I suppose I could just put him into here. And then it goes up and all. No, you know what? I kind of like the idea of him up there for some reason. So that's activate any one unit. It's the bottom option there. And like I say, you can only do it once per day. But this is going to be my last card play of the day. Okay, so whether that's the best use of that card or not, I'm not that convinced. But anyway, over at the Allies for the last impulse of the 16th. And just quickly before I pass over, I removed the 2 cubes from, we had the first SS and I think it was the 66 core. So obviously this was our activation. I know it doesn't matter because this is the end of the day and we get to activate again. So 47th have been activated again, but this actually, because I moved this 1 unit, it does count as this core having been activated. So if I did have another impulse, I wouldn't be able to activate into that core again. Anyway, okay, Allied impulse. Okay, so it was actually the last card in the Allied draw pile, and I suppose if I'd been extra clever, I could have worked it out, maybe what it was going to be. Anyway, maybe that's gaming things a little bit. So I didn't do that. So 18th Airborne core card. So once they deploy all core reserves, glance across there. There's no 18th core, but if you remember, this is the 16th, and I think the other one was deployed this way as well. So he's going to be deployed. He definitely is. Oh no, that's outside. Well, I'm pretty sure he's going somewhere anyway. So we'll have a look, see where he gets deployed. Okay, there's 3 hexes I've picked out. The light green. Just to show you the options. I had that there just to check something. Checking for dangers around. So jamming units proximate to all 3 of the hexes. But this is his. He's got another division unit down here. Don't know if that's on camera or not. But there's no jamming units proximate to anything down there. But this is his division as well. And these 2 hexes are within 3. So this one isn't. It's within 3 of the core units here, but you want to look at the division first if you can. So I think that's the 2 options. So yeah, and they're both got a hold value of 2, which is the first tiebreaker, and then the next one is westernmost, so I think it goes there. You guys can look at the map. Scroll it down a bit. I don't scroll out. Can I scroll out? No. Too far. I don't think there's anything down here. I'm sure you'll be aware of what the situation is. So that's where I think it goes. Yeah, I'm going to go for that. So that's going to end the last impulse of the day. So end of day phase, check victory conditions, they don't come in until the 20th. Return all combat chips to the cup. There's quite a lot of them actually. Shuffle. Remove all dispersed markers. Now there is a unit up here that was dispersed. So I'll take that off. And there's no other fuel markers then. Advance the day marker, and then we get on with the 17th. So hopefully this has been a bit shorter and a bit more to the point. Yeah, so hopefully see you on the 17th. Okay guys, cheers.